everybody, welcome back to my
ASMR whispers.
How you doing? That was awkward.
That was awkward, but
yeah,
it's okay.
How you doing?
Sorry.
I'm not from Friends.
How you doing? Howdy. Hi there. Hello.
Hi. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode and the episode before this one.
Your lovely relaxing tapping by Ruby.
Yeah, we had the tippy tappies and we've had the talkies. So this is episode 3. Or it could be episode 2 of the talkies.
Episode 2 of talkies.
Episode 2 of talkies.
Episode 3 entirely.
Episode 3 of the podcast. But yeah, thank you so much everybody for the feedback and for all the comments and things. We are now on iTunes, Spotify. Though Spotify hasn't put the first episode up. I'm gonna sort that out. I don't know why. I did nothing different.
Spotify's being great. We'll sort it out. So if you guys are listening on Spotify, you'll be able to pick it up there.
iTunes, Spotify, obviously we're uploading to YouTube, and then you should be able to get it on all Android. I checked it the other day. I was downloading apps. It's really exciting to find your own podcast on apps. Yeah, it's like searching for myself.
I know, I keep sharing the I'm whispering this week as well, guys, because I just thought my voice was a little bit too harsh spoken. Just letting you know that. Okay, anyway.
I'm an elf.
She's like this angelic, like gentle little fluff bag. It's the only way I can describe it. And
that reminds me of what we were just talking about, but we'll come to that later.
We'll come to that
later.
But no, your speaking voice is very gentle, and I think that my speaking voice is just a little bit deeper. And for me, I felt like I was just a little bit too loud.
That's cool.
I get loud.
Whatever you're comfy with. I'm so fucking awkward today.
Sorry. But no, we got some really nice feedback.
Yeah, we got some really nice feedback, and we had over 100 listens on YouTube and on the podcast on all the other platforms, which has been awesome for a new podcast. Super happy with that, and thanks you so much. Thank you everyone.
So much. Let's keep it going as well.
Yeah, so if you've enjoyed the podcast, please share it with your friends. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube.
All the social medias.
Yeah, just share with your friends. Sharing is caring.
We're trying to open up the world of ASMR and give people a more positive outlook on it. I think this is kind of going to be a nice thing for people to get into as well, because it's just some real chat.
Because while you're doing ASMR, you don't really get into those chats, especially as a live streamer. If you've just joined us or you haven't listened to the first podcast, myself and Red, we both live stream ASMR. That's our predominant thing. I'm now making a lot more YouTube content. I believe you made a YouTube last week.
I made a YouTube video, the first video I've ever edited. Ever.
So yeah, Red's delving into YouTube.
I'm getting there.
And we have the podcast, and this is mostly because a lot of people kept saying to me they wanted something that they could listen to while they were on the train, or something that wouldn't use their data, so you can go download it and you can listen to it while you're on the move. And
something quiet and calm that's necessarily not going to send them to sleep.
Yeah, something
you can listen to this kind of anywhere.
Yeah, it's just gonna chill you out. And
train. So what have you been up to since the last episode?
What have I been up to? Time really flies. The weather's been getting better here, so I've been enjoying.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Going out with my dogs and just being outside. I've mostly just been working on updating everything. I've really been noticing as seeing myself a little bit more like a brand. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be as personal with people, but you kind of have to. There's a point where you're right, this is business.
You can be a personal brand.
Yeah, this is business.
Or you can create that.
Yeah.
So many people go into branding and then it's just oh, okay, I have to do that sort of, deadlock brand thing, but you can build a new brand that's more personal.
Yeah, so I've just kind of been doing that. So I've launched my merch, which I'm super happy about, and people have been buying.
Pretty. It's so pretty.
Yeah, I'm so amazed. I think the cushion made its way into the last video. If you're watching this on YouTube.
I'm shameless. Oh, I'm sorry.
Shamelessly plugging.
My apologies. I'm shamelessly plugging.
So yeah, I've just been working, updating everything, recording for YouTube, just getting myself ahead really. focusing on streams, and I'm trying to find downtime to read. I used to read a lot, and I realised like I hadn't probably read a book like unless I was on holiday.
I used to read a hell of a lot. I hardly get the time.
Yeah, and in my like last holiday, like my last downtime, I took books and I struggled to focus, and I feel like that's like a problem with me. I've been struggling to focus and switch off between work, because work is in my house, work is all consuming.
It's a lifestyle, I think,
yeah.
really. I think anybody that has that kind of job that's like a little bit of a lifestyle just finds anything hard to do. It's the same for me, because it's like draw. I've got to go home, draw more designs, and it's just like you never leave that. And now with streaming, like the same for you, it's like it's all right here, so you may as well.
Yeah, it's like if I lie down to read something for an hour, I feel bad, and I've not had time for gaming either, and I feel really sad. Yeah,
I miss gaming.
and you've only just started, like, not saying you just started, but you've only just started getting into like everything, and you're like, I miss gaming. So yeah, it easily takes over, because even though when I say to people it's my day off stream today, I would have spent 5 hours recording.
Oh, you're still working for
and I would have spent like 2 or 3 hours editing. And then, like, sometimes I'm excited if something's going to take an hour to render, because I'm like, ooh, an hour to render, I can't do anything for an hour. And then I find myself scrolling.
But you don't.
Yeah, I find myself scrolling through Twitter and, like, looking at stuff and wasting time. So I'm like, my new thing is, if there is an hour or space, is to read. And I just finished Russell Brand's Mentors book.
How was it?
Really interesting. It's not what I expected when I bought it, but I feel like I've learned something from it, and it's really interesting because he talks about all the people that he's met in his life, and how they've affected his life in some way, and what he can not get from those people, but what he's taken from those people without being like, I'm taking from you. They've had wise things to give. It's a very give.
It's a different kind of give take. I actually quite like Russell Brand. A lot of people have got a real kind of ball ache with Russell Brand, and I get it because
they stopped knowing him at a certain point.
Well, it's where does he stop being the comedian?
Well,
that was the problem.
That's the thing. A lot of people have like only know him for films and Katy Perry and all this stuff, and they haven't got to know him from then. And he's done a lot since then.
He's done loads.
If you go and check out his podcast, his YouTube, and just like the campaigns and things he's got involved in, he's using his fame as a platform.
Check out his social media now. It's like completely different to what it used to be. Like, he's really going for it, but he's really sort of like, I love that he's just pushing this sort of like positive, love yourself, love other people, and everything will come together. I think that's kind of the big message there.
His
very much about that.
His book is very honest, and he's very honest with himself, and I think that like really made me think of how honest are we with ourselves. Like, I meet a lot of people streaming, and a lot of people with a lot of problems, and sometimes when you look from the outside in at someone and you tell them honestly what they need to do with their lives, people don't accept it.
Oh no, they respond very badly to it, actually.
Like, they're very defensively. You've probably had those friends, right?
Do you know what? I think I think this is probably why I've just not going to go into it. I've just left one studio and moved into another, and this is the exact reason as to why I think it all came to a head and fell apart. I'm just like that person. Like, if people have problems, especially friends, when you're good friends with somebody, and the thing about being a good friend to me is that if I'm doing something that is like, whoa, this is destroying me, or you know, damaging me in some way, I want someone to come to me. That's right. Stop what you're doing.
I can see this going in this direction, and I see it so often with people, and ever since I was a kid, actually. And I don't know, like, I was watching a program on what is it, like sensitive people,
Empaths.
No, like ISPs or something.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a type of sensitive person, and I've been told I'm that like various times. But you know, when like you meet people like through yoga and stuff that are into these things, and like they were like, my kids are these. I'm probably calling it the wrong thing, but it's like, I know it's something SP, and they're like, yeah, my kids are that, and you definitely are. And I'll be like, I don't really want to label myself.
Yeah, no, I hate that. I hate labels.
But I watched this documentary actually on the
Oh, I know Gaia.
you get a 30-day free trial if you've got Amazon Prime. I'm not selling this.
I quite like Gaia. They make some cool videos.
I watched this documentary on there. Alanis Morissette's on it, and she's one, and she's like, this is why she's been writing songs since she was 7.
Right,
and I was like, well, it kind of makes sense. Like, since the same age, actually, since I was about 7, I've really picked up on things. And like the kids I used to play with in the street, because I lived in a cul-de-sac, I would watch them out the window, and like my parents would be like, you're not going to go out and play, and it would be too much to watch this group of kids, and I'd watch them out the window, and I'd wish I could go and be part of that group, but at the same time I could just pick up too much from all of them, and I couldn't deal with
I think that's because you're a massive empath,
like
for sure. It's like energy is a thing, whether you believe it or not, we feel it. Like, sometimes I can go into a room and it's just like, I'm very good at spotting who's not having a good time, who needs to be included. I bet you're good at that. And I will just, without even
people
thinking,
around me have literally been like, Ruby, what are you doing? Why are you talking to that person? Why are you? And I'm like, they just need someone to talk to.
My partner calls it my superpower. You've got it too. Everyone's like, I think every human is. We've just forgot.
I'm like, oh look, it's Ruby again, going off to talk to the random person.
It's like, why does she talk to these people?
He's the opposite. He's like, it's not a superpower. Why do you bring these people to us? Like,
oh no, Gaz has those moments as well. Sometimes,
why are you doing this?
Sometimes. But I've got, if there is a lonely soul in the room, I can feel it. It bothers me without even thinking. I just need to include that person. I need to talk to them. I find other ways to get them involved with people.
As well.
Yeah,
like,
I've been that person.
I've felt that. So ever since I was younger, I've watched people, and I've been able to see when they're going in a direction. I wish I could see. I find it hard to see for myself.
That's it. But you can never take your own advice. That's the problem. So.
But I've always been able to see, and I almost like. It's gonna sound horrible, but when I was younger, I was like, are people really freaking dumb? Like. There was a point in my life when I was probably like 12 up to about 17, 18 when I started working full time, and I started going out into the world, and I started watching people where I worked, and I started like just listening, because I worked in a salon, so I'd listen to like clients, and I'd have all like my hairdressing buddies, because I worked in a hairdressing salon, and I'd just be like, why are you even doing this? I'd even just people watch out the window and be like, they're gonna fall over.
I love that.
Like, oh look, they fell over.
Actually, rephrase, I don't love that.
But they don't like people falling over. But you just know, and you literally start to feel like, I'm not thinking that I'm putting myself on a high horse. I'm not like, I know everything, because stupid shit happens to me and I still do stupid shit. But I would just watch people and be like, but I can see the sequence of events in your life, and I can see where this is going.
Yep.
And I'd just literally be like, are you dumb?
And how many people have you probably... See, I think as you grow up, if you're already in tuned to this kind of sort of like, sight, which a lot of people are, I think common sense is almost a superpower nowadays.
That's how I felt. I'd just be like,
that's it. How have you done that? I mean, you just need to sit and watch the countless amounts of videos on like Fail Army or something, and you're like, how has your life resulted in you getting like pulled into a pool by a sea lion or something?
I learned to switch it off. Because I learned, so I worked there for years, and, I learned the repercussions of just saying what you thought was going to happen, or, just taking someone to the side and being like, hey, look, I'm concerned, I really don't think you should be. Like, there was one girl I worked with who was with this guy who was a bit of a knob, and she thought he was super cool because he was from Camden, and it was, the days of
cool
Dizzy
guys
Rascal.
From Camden.
Do you remember,
Dizzy Rascal, yeah.
She was like, yeah, he knows him, and all this kind of
name drop
thing, and I was just like, this is not you. You're a sweet young little you're a young girl, and she was a similar age to me, but I was like, you don't I guess it's her learning process, but I was like, you're gonna get so hurt from this, and I can see where you're going with this. She came from a nice middle, I'm not saying this
middle class families are nice.
She came from a really nice, middle class family. She was the kind of girl that wore.
You'd probably be better to say she had the kind of upbringing where you think she had a lot. So
yeah.
What reason is there for your life to take this sideways turn?
Exactly. They don't know this other side, And I probably could have taken some of my own advice back then as well. So I'm not saying I'm perfect.
You probably understand it so well because we've made those mistakes as well.
Yeah.
So some people just haven't made those mistakes and they just dip head first into it.
Yeah, and like, I'm actually an advocate for making mistakes.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir.
I'm actually an advocate for like learning. I think you can only, so there's a saying and something I read, it's like you can only control how you respond to situations. You can't control other people like within the situation. You can only control,
I say that to people
like,
so
your
much.
outcome.
Yeah.
And when mistakes and things happen and fallouts and things happen, you can choose whether you walk away or de-escalate, or whether you go head first and you essentially make this smallest thing become the biggest thing, and the consuming. Like, I've watched people have things consume them, and I'm like,
Very
where did this
small,
start?
Small altercations turn into and you're not talking, and you've been deleted off social media, and it's like you're dead to them. It's
and
like
then I
the
see
worst
these
thing.
tweets, and like there's a big culture
arguing
now
on
of
social media.
Yeah, the big culture of putting stuff out on social media, but I feel like it gets to that point because this is so consuming to people that they're like, I'm just gonna have to put this out there. I can't deal with this on my own anymore.
But that's because we don't connect anymore, and that's like what I was saying before. My trouble with people is that I want to connect so much that I forget that when you just kind of tell people about themselves because you care.
Yeah, just because you care. You're not being an asshole. You're not being like, I really don't think you should take this job, even though they were kind of happy about it. But you're like,
because it's people's expectations that I'm learning to go into things. I'm all about trying new things, but I found that I have a better time and a less depressing, less stress, less everything if I go into everything with no expectations. Just don't have these awful. That's why people fall out so bad, because you have an expectation of how they're going to behave when they've upset you. So it's like, oh, okay, they've upset me. I expect them to go X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But they've given me A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I rarely get angry.
Yeah, we've all done that. Oh, I get angry.
I do get angry, but I rarely act. I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
And I think that's something I learned from when I was younger. I learned that acting on being angry, like, you can choose to ignore someone, or you can choose to just let the anger go, because you're poisoning like
yourself.
You just want to shout and yell. Like, that's just so much energy, and I used to wind myself up into being so angry at things, so angry that I wanted to break things, and I used to break things, like, so angry that I just wanted to destruct and
Hulk.
And
Ruby goes Hulk.
I think that's only like, it's like an overreaction. Like, why do we overreact?
Because we when you bottle that kind of energy and that kind of sadness up, it's got to pop. I know this like so well. I've had not major anger problems throughout my life, but a lot of people will know me as a very angry person.
Well, yeah, I used to be like that person that, like, I showed you my Facebook. My, like, banner on Facebook was, I don't care. And I used to have another banner on there that said, my heels are bigger than your dick. I remember it because I got so much shit for it. But I used to be angry at everything.
Ruby's heels are bigger than your dick.
Yeah, watch out.
Gangster.
But I used to be, like, angry at everything. And not just because I was, like, a goth. Not just because, but, like, it just, people piss me off. And
people piss me off.
I think I went from caring too much to being pissed off at people.
Yeah.
And like,
I think it's because
I went
you
past
care.
that, and I stopped even responding to people.
Yeah.
And then it became to like, I don't care. I don't give a shit.
The reason you're pissed off is because you care about people. You try to do what's best for them. They throw it all back in your face, and then boom,
and
there it is.
You just end up as this angry person. Like, I hear a lot of people that are very pessimistic and very in a dark place, and it reminds me of myself, everything they've got to respond about in the world. I even had someone message me and they were like, you know what, I was watching your stream the other day and I was being really negative and all you had to say was kind things, and they were like, I
What is this witchcraft?
yeah, they were like, I left your stream and actually felt better. So this person came in my stream. They were saying how, like, politics. They were talking about just...
Oh, I ban politics talk.
Yeah,
I know you do too. Ban it.
Because it's a place where people come to chill. I don't mind nice talk.
Yeah.
There is a difference. Some people come in with... They don't even say hello to you. They
just lurk.
Trump. Brexit.
Brexit.
And you're like, those are people and things. Congratulations.
I mean, I'm brown, so I tend to get get words.
It's like the way you just say that. Hi,
I'm brown. I am. That's the thing, because a lot of people call me black, and I'm not black, and I don't never get categorized as white, so I'm brown. I like referring to myself as being brown, because I am. it's very obvious. Like, I'm brown, so sometimes I get the kind of words that, I mean, probably about 3 times a week now. N-word what?
Yeah.
But,
do you know what I got the other day? I've started to get a few white trash ones.
What?
So I'm just like, can you be any colour in this planet?
What?
And not have
You can't
to?
even be like the right type of white anymore.
And I'm like the right type of...
It's like, you can't... No, I know there's no right type of white, but if we're talking along those un-PC lines, it's like, wow. It's like, I mean...
It's just hurtful comments. People don't care what colour you are. They're not probably even necessarily racist.
They just want to get a rise out of you.
Yeah, they're just trying to piss you off.
But as the brown folk, we get very worried when the white people start hating on the white people, and you become the wrong people.
That's showing that the world's gone a bit topsy-turvy.
It's like, I'm French, you're British, I hate you. I love the French. I love the way they protest. Sorry, continue.
I love how passionate the French people are.
That's it.
I wish British people were more informed and passionate. British people, I'm shitting on my own country here, but they're like, I saw a thing in the paper. I fucking hate it.
So I'm going to read it like 12 times.
And then I'm going to go outside, I'm going to post it on Facebook.
I'm going to tweet it.
I'm fucking right.
Yeah. That's all I had to add to that bit.
Lads.
Booze in it, yeah. I doubt they're going to be listening to this podcast. They're going to be like, you smelly feminists. It's like, I'm not necessarily a massive, I'm not like a hype train feminist. I'm down for equal rights and feminism and none of that, but I'm sort of like, I don't like where it's going.
I think that's another press meeting.
That's another podcast in itself,
yeah.
Isn't it, actually? How did we get to that?
I was listening to a whole other podcast about veganism, and it goes, like, they're separate things, but veganism and feminism and how the press and people portray things.
They're putting them in the same bucket.
Well, no, just to sum up how, like, so, I forget the guy's name. He's like a big vegan activist, and he started a podcast, and I pop it on now and then when I'm just doing something. And he was saying that, like, a farmer said that they were being abused and getting sent, like, death threats and stuff. And it made, like, national news, like, vegans sending farmer death threats,
because,
as you can imagine.
Again, we have to just, like, our society is all about ridiculing anything that is good for you.
But do you want to know the worst part? It was proven to be false. The farmer made it up.
What?
But where's the press on that?
What? And there's nothing.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Yeah, like,
that's terrible.
Where's the press on that? Like, where's...
Why would you do something like that?
They're a farmer and they're trying to make themselves feel better. It's that whole thing of people will ridicule you and ridicule you.
It's like we have to make the vegans look like the violent activists. Yeah. It's like, because they're not going to eat my meat anymore.
They're not going to eat it anyway.
Do you know what's funny, actually? It's off subject, but something funny about farmers that I found out this week. Did you know that there is a Tinder for cows, and it's called Tudder, and it's a mixture of Tinder and udder, and farmers can swipe cows to see which ones they want to breed and to match cows. There is a dating app.
Poor cows.
Cows are my favourite animals, so this makes me really sad, but I was like quite amused at the fact it's called Tudder.
Tudder.
But
that's so fucking weird.
if I was a millionaire, I'd download it and I'd just buy all the cows.
It's just have all the prized cows.
I buy a little island just offshore, and I just pull my cows
in. A little island full of pigs.
Yeah, in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really want to go
They swim. You can swim. One of my aunts has done that actually. She sent me videos last year of swimming with the pigs.
Yeah.
She was trying to not live stream me. What am I talking about? Video call me. And then it's just cutting out. She's like, look at the pig. She's so little and weird. She's like, look at the pigs. I want to swim with the pigs.
Lifelong ambition. But what were we talking about before that? Angry people.
Angry vegans. Anger.
Angry vegans.
Angry vegan. No.
Feminism.
Fake angry vegans and feminism.
Just talking about anger.
Just anger. Just things that make people angry. And this seems to be like the top of the topics at the minute. Like veganism, feminism. And I think a lot...
Why are these things making people angry? Because at the end of the day, vegans just don't want animals to be hurt. And
that's fine.
And feminists just would like women not to be like hurt.
I'm down. I think
it's they're all things. I think they poke some people in their moral compass.
Yeah.
And they poke some people in their moral compass, and some people are like, I don't want to know. I don't know. And la 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 la. You know when a kid's like, don't tell me. No, I don't want to know.
I can't hear you.
I'm gonna live in my house, and I'm gonna go down the pub, and I'm gonna watch EastEnders. Like
that's my
I don't want to know. And ignorance is bliss.
If that is your life, though, and you know you have that right to live it, you can totally have that if you want it. That's fine.
I think just even listening to a podcast like this, or reaching out and listening to something different like this, or any other podcasts or reading, I think as long as you're informing yourself, like I'm not an activist, I don't go out of my way.
Yeah.
But I think being educated enough that you, or reading or looking at things enough that you feel in your head that you understand things, whereas some people, so there's like I was watching a flat earth documentary.
Oh, I love flat earth.
I feel proper delving into some
I
subjects.
love flat earth. Me and my friend Cat Bus.
I really want a flat earth map just to put up here, just to troll people with them.
Yes, we love flat earth videos. We have spent hours just watching flat earth videos. I love their science.
So there was a professor on there.
Get the picture.
Get the flat earth map. If anyone wants to send me a flat earth map to my PO box, I will put it up there.
I'll take 3.
If you can find something I can tap essentially for ASMR, that would be great.
We should get globes
Like
and cut them in half and share a globe and have a flat earth. I'm gonna make that.
We can make that.
I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make flat earth.
So, what was I saying? Dunning-Kruger effect. Okay, so this person on there was talking about there's 2 different effects in the world, and is it the Dunning? I may be saying it wrong, but it's like the Dunning-Kruger effect or something like that. It's this effect that you don't have enough information, but you see other people say something, and you're like, yeah.
Oh,
you jump straight on it.
Yeah,
like no back research, no. Like, sometimes when I see something on Twitter or something, and I'll be like, oh, well, that's shit, I really agree with that. Before I click the retweet or I get outraged...
You have to read it.
I read it, and I will have a search, like, around, and then I'll find 3 or 4 other different points of view about it.
Or sometimes you find out it's just completely fabricated.
Yeah, so... There's the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is something that happens a lot on Facebook. It's that mob mentality. I think we spoke about it a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
Last time. It's like...
We've probably all been a little guilty of that at some point in our lives, I think.
But it's how instantly, and the way things like people, I swear, are learning how to write things online to make you instantly, like, passionate. I didn't care about this subject yesterday, but today, suddenly, I'm an expert on this.
It's why I left Facebook. It's why I left Facebook, because... I would see headlines that would outrage me to the point that my day was ruined sometimes. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm a little ashamed to say that I let it get to me that much, but it did. It's a fact.
It's what it's
so
designed there to do.
I took it away. I just took it away.
Headlines and things, and that actually brings me around to one of the news stories that I was going to talk about. I'm going to just try and bring up. So there's this ASMR artist that I follow, Karuna Satori. She's very sweet. I followed her for ages. She has a really big following on YouTube. She makes some beautiful videos. She seems very chill, down to earth, spiritual, like just caring ASMR artist.
She's doing it because she loves it.
Most ASMR artists are. she did an article for The Sun and did an interview, and she put a tweet out saying, "I want to make it very clear, the article I did for The Sun has been stretched to hell and back. The man I spoke with, the first thing I said to him was, I know how your magazine works, let's make sure this is a mature article. ASMR is not what you think." And I did see further down, like, she's found his Twitter and tagged him in, and even been like,
scandal.
So what happened to the conversation we had? What, like,
and rightly so.
Yeah,
rightly
like,
so.
Throughout her tweets, she's like, "We had a nice adult conversation, and then you publish this." I can try and pull up the article.
While you try and find that, like, the first thing that jumps out at me about that is The Sun. And I don't want to wreck or really sort of bash on the tapping, guys. Okay, tingles, 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 tingles. I don't want to bash on anything else, but The Sun is such a it's such a hate-filled, The Sun and other tabloids like it. So I guess it's one of those things
there
that...
we go, straight away, so...
And they've literally just put a video up of this young lady just licking a camera, which is a video that she did, what did you say, a couple of years back?
It was quite an old video, so we've just opened up
that was my
website. Unfortunately, I've had to give them a clip. So,
don't give them the views, Ruby.
Sun, the title is Lick
or
or
Twist.
How I Make 75k a Year Licking Microphones.
Why is it always come back to that? Why is it always like what people make?
Yeah, to give YouTube viewers brain orgasms. And I think this video, if I manage to open it, or if they embedded it, they've embedded it. They've downloaded her video and put it on their
Why
site.
is this such a topic to people? I mean,
I don't think they've actually...
There are pharmaceutical companies that make billions every year from holding medication from people that are dying. Why is this not, like, you know, a topic of... It's like, oh, look, this... I think it's just that, like, it's they want to create, like, discord among the people. They want to pit us against each other. This, to me, screams... Not look at what this young lady is doing. It's she's making more money than you by basically doing nothing. Is
Look
what
at
they're
this
putting.
paragraph I've just looked up and seen. The clips, ASMR artists, in inverted commas, the word
artists, because we're not real people.
Inverted commas, often women wearing skimpy clothes.
I'm fully dressed on my streams, thank you.
Making sensual sounds into a microphone in a bid to give baited viewers that coveted tingle, described by some as a brain orgasm. Some make videos full-time, racking up hundreds of thousands of views per clip, and even selling branded t-shirts for £30 a pop.
Okay, so my second problem with this is, here's women making videos giving people brain orgasms. I'm sorry, pornography has been a thing for a long time, and there's women and men making actual videos to give people actual orgasms. Why the...
It's because
why is this?
They...
I actually call it an eargasm.
We're both like,
it's really sort of just like, I just feel like this, like...
She's got so much content on her YouTube channel. She's got so much to say. And, like, this is, like, the first part of... Like, the first thing you see is her licking the camera and that title. It's that,
She has other content as well.
It's always focused about the money.
Yes.
Like we said on This Morning, all they had up was, I make 60k.
But then you've got to look at, like, the mainstream audience and everything that's gone on in this country recently with Brexit, we won't get into that though, like, pitting everybody against each other. It's just another... Tabloids like this work solely on hate.
Yeah.
Look at this chick.
Like,
they're trying to...
The title could be, I work on YouTube creating... Like, it's not as grabby and it's not The Sun, but they could make a title like... This woman makes... They could put 70 grand or whatever a year helping
people because that's what she does. Yeah, exactly.
People. Like, there is a small mention of that, I think.
It's to make the common man angry. Yeah. And I mean the common people by just, like, you know, us, people like us that are just, you know, everyday people. You know, it's like this, it's to make people angry. Look at this woman, she's doing better than you, she's got more money than you, and this is what she does.
They've taken till halfway through the article to point out that, like, there's more to it, but they've quoted, and I feel like they've literally, I feel like there must be conversation between these quotes, because they've taken any quote that's like,
it's like, hang on, I'm only seeing one half of a conversation
yeah,
here.
I feel like I'm very much seeing one half of conversation, and this is why I wouldn't trust doing an interview with anyone unless it was an ASMR based site or an ASMR based platform that already knew, or it was like a holistic, because this is the thing, there's like the wellness events, I can't remember what they're called in the UK, there's like a big one in the NEC, there's an ASMR artist attending and doing a session.
Yes.
And that's at like an event where people are doing yoga and crystals and Reiki.
I love crystals.
And then there's this other side where, like, so obviously that audience are accepting ASMR, they're open-minded audience.
Of course they are. Of course.
And then there's this other side which are like, I just lick microphones and make money. And also, what is this saying to people that think, oh, actually, I should do ASMR, I could make 70 grand a year.
Well, that's why we've got now an abundance of people getting into ASMR, where it's like they're not looking at quality, they're just getting, like, literally,
not all though.
Not all of them. No,
there's
not all of them.
There's going to be a handful in there. Like,
there's so many great people doing ASMR. Like, there really is.
We're new to it. Like, we could be.
I'm new to this. I'm totally new to this, but I feel like it's gone further for me than just sitting doing the stream. I want to take this further. I want to learn more about sound, how it helps people, stuff like that. That's
exactly how I felt. As soon as I started, I was like,
I just want microphones everywhere.
Maybe not the toilet.
Maybe not there.
But, like, yeah, literally, it's much bigger than this, and I feel like this
whole world.
Yeah, this kind of media.
This whole world.
We just discovered that Lynx have put out an ASMR advert. And the article that I found about the Lynx ASMR advert is ASMR marketing is officially dead after this soothing 4-minute clip about shaving your balls. How? Okay.
Hang on a second. For anyone that can't see and is just listening, that's my tummy, and it's always gurgling even when I'm not hungry. I'm grabbing the bridge of my nose right now while Ruby talks about this. I nearly called you my friend Lucy.
I'll be Lucy.
Lucy. Just let me the Lynx advert. Let's go.
So we'll describe it for you. It has this guy and 2 microphones. He's not really using the 2 microphones.
No, he's blatantly got 1 microphone that he's using, and they've just put the sound in.
Yeah, so this guy with 2 mics, telling us how to shave our balls, and then he gets in the shower.
I don't have balls, what about me?
No, this isn't for you. But also, like, what is this website saying that ASMR marketing's dead? ASMR marketing's barely started. Like, there's a handful of companies that have used ASMR marketing. And
Super Bowl advert. And that's huge.
Yeah, and I believe it's growing. Huge. And I think the adverts that get it right have either had good researchers or they use an ASMR artist.
Yeah.
Because clearly this guy, I don't know who he is.
He's just some random guy for sure. They've got him in to do the advert. Can we find out who he is?
I don't know.
Can we find out who he is and where he is?
And why and how much he got paid? I hope he got paid.
Oh yeah, that's it. I made 75k from an ASMR Lynx advert. Probably not. He probably got like a few hundred quid.
Matthew Alexander Kaufman. Oh, he has done ASMR in the past.
Oh, maybe that's why they had him in.
I'm intrigued though.
But it's like you're not really being an ambassador for what you do then, if that's the case. It kind of makes me a little bit sadder that he's done it in the past.
The thing is though, from experience, something can sound great, you get there and they tell you to do the advert and you're like,
oh my god, what have I done?
And you're on set.
Yeah. Ruby knows this feeling.
And you're there and you signed.
What do I do?
You've signed the contract.
I gotta get on with this now.
Yeah, and you're there, so
and I think that just comes down to, I think you've just got to be really careful.
I can't find, when I Google him, just an if you can hear my mouse going, an
IMDb
comes up.
IMDb.
Is this the right guy? It says
It's just everything about this Lynx advert with this guy shaving his nuts just suggests to me that
ASMR can be comical.
They're just, of course it can.
Like I was thinking this the other day because I've just made a few comical YouTube videos that are not up yet, but they'll be up soon. I feel like I'm kind of taking the piss out of myself. And
I've seen it.
The piss out of other things.
You guys, it's the best thing. It's the best thing.
I don't know what I was doing. So I feel like this might become a series on my YouTube channel.
I hope so, please. Please. Start an ASMR trend.
It doesn't have to be serious. Like, a lot of stuff I do is very serious because a lot of people do use it as a healing tool, do use it as a relaxation tool. But I also feel like if you're too serious in your craft or whatever you do, like, you're gonna lose that love and passion for it, and you do have to laugh at yourself sometimes.
Of course.
But I think there's a difference in laughing at yourself and then completely missing the point. Like, people not getting what ASMR.
For me, the biggest problem I have with this, and this kind of like, everything about the advert screams to me that they just think ASMR is a joke. Now, yeah, like you said, of course we can be comical with it, we can be comical with anything, but I think it just discredits, like, this is the introduction of ASMR into the mainstream, and there are so many people that benefit from it.
The first video they would have seen would be a Lynx advert.
Of somebody shaving their nutsack.
And I think they could have done a really, really classy ASMR video for shaving. Think of the sounds.
Yeah, Lynx have had like some funny
razor blade
campaigns,
sounds.
Advertising campaigns, and I think they could have got more clever than just, hey, I'm going to shave my balls.
He gets some coconuts out at one point.
He shaves the coconuts.
We don't quite understand. I think we stopped about there, didn't we?
I'm going to grab the bridge of my nose again, hang on.
I think we stopped about there. I think there's like a chest shaving one as well.
I think for a lot of people that are just discovering ASMR, I'm pretty sure you get it as well. You get a lot of people who accidentally realise how much is actually helping them.
I've had people come in, they're like, I thought this was a meme.
Yeah. I thought this was, and then they're like, wow, I actually wasn't into this, and now I'm really feeling it. I just like the sense of just stillness, calmness. We forget to be still, and I think everything in the mainstream media is directed at not being calm, not being still, not allowing yourself to relax. Yeah, that's
like,
it.
Sell, buy,
so,
buy.
With that, I just think for the people that that are really benefiting from ASMR, that's their first look at ASMR in the mainstream media.
It wasn't very relaxing.
It's not relaxing. It's a bit insulting if you're somebody that has really benefited.
But we're not saying like
not massively, but just a wee bit.
I liked the Super Bowl advert.
The Super Bowl advert was okay.
And can you hear like someone with a really horrible car?
I hear the car
outside. Sorry. Super Bowl advert was okay. I've seen Zippo use ASMR and that was okay. Like the Lynx advert isn't terrible, but it's just not very. It's playing on the fact of ASMR. If you were to take away the two microphones off the screen,
it would just be an advert about shaving your nuts.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's just an advert about shaving your nuts.
Yeah, if you were to take the two microphones off the screen, they've even set like two over the shower to make it look like they were recording in the shower. Like if you were to take that all away,
he gets a mirror and everything.
He gets a mirror. I found this guy. Is this the guy? I found a YouTube.
You found him.
Is it him?
That doesn't look like him.
Well,
it might be
5 years ago.
It might be like old him.
Yeah, this is 5 years ago.
Sometimes I look at pictures of old me and I'm like, oh my god.
I can't find any ASMR he's done. Can we type AS? Can you?
Maybe
put ASMR afterwards.
Maybe he maybe they just said it to not make people cross. But that's the thing as well, it's like they could have just done an advert about a guy shaving his nuts and it would have been comical and funny. I don't get the adding the ASMR part into it. I think it's very unnecessary, and that's where I think Lynx are kind of having, I don't know, they might not be, but to me it kind of feels like you're having a little bit of a stab at like ASMR, and it's like, you know what some trolls say to you, oh, why don't you shave your nutsack on there? And I'm like, well, I don't have a nutsack. There's a guy that did it for Lynx.
staring at the computer screen looking for this guy.
I'm just ranting about how angry I am that I don't have any nuts to shave on ASMR, because if I did shave my nutsack live on stream, it would probably get me
banned.
I was about to say a lot of viewers. So it'd be more like, this chick is... I'm going to stop saying nutsack and I'm going to stop talking about shaving mine.
I'm just like Googling this guy. No, I can't find any ASMR anywhere.
I
Not
don't
to say he hasn't done it.
He might have done.
I feel like there are other artists out there, like ASMR Zeitgeist. How well would he have done a Lynx advert?
Okay, for anyone that can't see, I'm just having a little bit. No, yeah. If he did, I can't even get my words out. I sound like a freak.
So if you've never watched ASMR Zeitgeist,
watch it.
He's like, he grew so fast. I was looking at his social blade the other day. I check out people's social blades. I find it interesting, like when was the turning point? When did someone grow? When did this happen? And he rose incredibly fast on YouTube.
He's so good.
Well, he comes from a background of videography,
films. So he's got this down.
Editing and all, I guess.
His editing is great.
Yeah, his YouTube videos are slick.
It's great.
Like, amazing. And he rose like really fast on YouTube, and he would have done like a great video. He would have understood it, and he would have to guide people. And I think that's like the difference. And I think that's what's bothering me. There's all these opportunities in ASMR. It's great that
he totally would have been able to do the comical thing as well. Yeah. I think because his videos are really light-hearted. He's definitely got a sense of humour. So yeah, why didn't they? I'm angry that they didn't do that.
Now you wanted to see his balls.
No, Ruby, I don't want to look at his balls.
Oh, if you ever listen to this, I'm embarrassed to read.
I'm really embarrassed now. Like, I don't listen. I mean, if perchance you ever listen to this, I don't want to look at your balls. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm stopping.
I'm sure you have fine balls.
Stop. Stop.
That's what's annoying me.
We've said nutsack and balls a lot in this podcast.
Stop. It's fine.
I can't. It's in my brain.
So, but that's what's really bothering me about this stuff. It's great. Like, people are like, don't you want ASMR to come to the forefront? Yes, we do. But we want people to be educated, understand how it helps people, and hear good ASMR for the first time.
Have fun with it.
You can have fun.
We're having fun with it right now.
Like, it doesn't have to be super serious, and like. And I think when it comes to the forefront, like, you hire ASMR artists, you wouldn't hire an unknown actor for a lead role in a movie.
Wow, that's
so
it.
Why are people hiring people that haven't ever done ASMR
If you wanted to do an advert with an artist, a painter, you wouldn't have someone there that didn't paint. You'd hire an artist in, and you'd be like, okay, we need you to paint for this campaign, advertising campaign.
People take the piss out of ASMR artists, and they say that anyone can do it, but
no, they can't. I don't think so.
Some people are really fucking good at it, and like, why should they not be being propelled into these stardom places?
That's it.
And it's still very new, and I guess I'm really interested to see where it goes. I guess in the next.
That's probably why.
5 years.
Because it's still really new, and it's a little bit outside of the box, and a lot of people don't really get why. I mean, there are some people that just are like, no, I can't do ASMR. Mm-hmm. It's not for me. I've tried, and that's fine.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
So do you think in like 10, 15 years we're gonna have like the Hollywood of ASMR?
I reckon so.
ASMR giants.
Because also it's that other thing, that kind of media is dying as well. Like the old glory days of like supermodels and magazines.
Well, people are tailor making what they want to watch now.
Yeah, you can find what you want to watch online. And I think we spoke about this a little bit last time. Like,
there's a YouTube video for everything.
And I think that's a bit like why papers like The Sun and things ridicule things. They don't want YouTubers to be making that much money. They want to be making that.
Well, it's because we're the ordinary folk as well, and it's just like, I think it just comes back to that ladder in society, doesn't it? That pyramid, that status. It's like all of a sudden there's a way for worked out personal.
I think that's what's been lost. Like, do you remember, like, when you were younger, you'd get a magazine and it would have places where people would write in and people would have their own
Letters,
columns.
yeah. I wrote into a few magazines,
Yeah,
and you'd be excited. You've got your letter there printed.
People would have their own columns, and you'd look forward to that person's bit of writing.
Yeah.
And you'd look forward to that person's insight. Now that's been taken, and it's now become podcasts, YouTube videos, social media. Everyone has a platform to put their voice out. This is a great thing and a terrible thing.
I think that if we take examples like the Sun article, it might be, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here and just putting out an idea, it might be within their best interest to destroy things that are getting big on YouTube. It pulls it away from their media, and it does. Who buys a newspaper? I mean, people do buy newspapers. I don't buy a newspaper.
But they're making money from clicks on their websites.
That's it, and
so
that's it. Comes back to that. They've just
throw it up. Find someone with a lot of followers.
Make people angry.
Then they'll go and see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's kind of clickbait. It's kind of that using people.
They benefit from just that one click.
So they're being like leeches, essentially. They are
media leeches.
Media leeching off of. But that's really sad because, as you know, we all have our own communities online, and we're very, like, a lot of ASMR artists and a lot of streamers, a lot of YouTubers, their community is like their people.
This
is my community. These are my people. If I choose to share them with you, like, you've got to be very careful who you share them with, because you can lose trust over that other person just having a point of view that doesn't line up with yours, and then they go, you shared this person with us, or you worked with this person. Like, I've seen it online, like, working with someone or working with the wrong person can just, like,
it's devastating.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
Wasn't it Jake Paul or Logan who was going to play with, I'm probably getting all this completely wrong, it was like Summit, or one of the big Twitch streamers was going to play Fortnite with Jake Paul or something like that. I can't remember exactly who it was, Logan or Jake. They look the same. I'm sorry, Logan and Jake Paul.
You both look the same.
Being a maverick.
Do that again.
Being a maverick, I'm doing a little dance.
Do the dance.
If you're watching YouTube. But yeah, like, they were going to play Fortnite with a Twitch streamer, and that Twitch streamer's audience and community were like, hell no, I'm not watching you. Unfollow, unsub. Literally.
Oh, the unsub.
I know.
The unsub.
They probably weren't even subbed in the first place. But
if they just say it to piss you off.
But when you're at the top of your game on Twitch, if that kills, if something like that knocks a few thousand viewers down, you know.
Yeah.
The impact is bigger the bigger you are. You know, the bigger you are, the more it gets out, the impact is bigger. It could work in two ways. People can come just to see what this is about, or people can come and be, like, angered, but they're still giving you the views. This is the funny thing online. Everything runs off views.
People building views from getting angry.
And negativity. That's what a lot of things are. I'm quite happy that I don't seem to follow a lot of that.
No,
so I don't
nor
get
do
to see
I.
much of
Nor
it.
do I. I don't see a lot of it. I follow stuff that makes me happy. After leaving Facebook, I realised how unbeneficial it was to my life to look at things that make me mad.
Exactly.
Exactly. Why are you looking at it? You don't like it.
And this is going to sound really bad, and, like, I don't know if I should say this.
Say it.
I've muted a few people on Twitter. I like seeing them when I'm out.
How could you? No, I'm joking. I used to do it. Oh my god. I just post, yo, I'm streaming, and here's a picture of me with my dog in the sun.
I like them. I like meeting them at events. I like chatting to them at events. I do not need a breakdown on your feed of who said what, and
I'm just going to put it out there. You don't like listening to their dribble.
And some people are like different people on Twitter, because then you meet them in real life and they're actually, like, different, and you're like,
but that's the power of social media again.
Like, being the same person.
If you were to go way back through my Facebook, some of the things, like you said earlier, if you read my Facebook and based me off my Facebook, you would think I was a super horrible person at one point, like super horrible.
Here. It's like I deleted most of it.
Social media, I've deleted loads. Like, social media has become a way to get that unvented energy out. People making indirect statuses, like, you know they're talking about you.
Yeah, oh my god, I've never done that. But I see it on Twitter, and people are like, don't be that person that blah 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 blah, and I'm like, oh god, here we go. Like,
I did it once, but it was funny. I left a workplace and I had my hoodie with the logo on, and I made a video, and it's just my hoodie close up, and I just put the comment up, I don't make indirect statuses, I think my feelings are clear. And I just threw an egg at it. It's a really funny video.
Did you become How Basic? Have you ever watched How Basic?
No.
Was it How Basic? How To Basic? How To Basic?
How To Basic?
How To Basic. That's basically ASMR.
Like accidental Bob Ross ASMR. No, I've never seen that.
It's a guy, and I really shouldn't like it.
Oh, whoa, wait. Is it the guy with the egg smashing stuff?
Yeah.
The Xbox? I have this problem where I watch everything, but I don't remember anybody's names. Yes, I watch that guy. I love that guy. He was the inspiration for my angry egg video.
How To Basic.
I love that. I feel like if I'm cross and I watch his videos, it helps me.
Fetish,
I think so.
It's like one of them. His foot's in the loo. With like
yes. It's like
foot out the loo, mate. People poo in there.
I watched them. I think my favourite one is How to Make a Cup of Tea. And it just gets crazy. And he's pouring the milk excessively into the cup. And then at the end, he just smashes an egg down. And that's it. That's the tea. I just love the power.
It's like great. My favourite ones have always got dolls' heads in. But I think that's like stems back to when I was younger.
What? Where are we going?
We're not going that far.
Oh, okay. Not yet. Next podcast.
Next podcast. Dolls' heads.
We delve into the strange mind of Ruby True.
No, I just used to sew dolls' heads to my school bag and wonder why I had no friends.
Okay, alright. I sewed like a little corn dolly to my bag, and we strapped them to our heads the one day at college. We were weird, man.
If I found kids' shoes on the street or dolls, like kids' toys, I just sewed them to my school bag. So I had little shoes and I had little dolls all over my bag.
You were like a walking version of that island in Mexico.
with
all the dolls on. No, have you not seen the island with all the dolls on?
I have. I watched
the guy,
the
the little girl drowned, and he collected the dolls because he saw the spirit of the little girl, and then he died on the island.
Yeah, they're all like taped to trees and all sorts.
There's a really cool episode of Ghost Adventures where they go there.
I think that's what I've watched.
Yeah, it's so creepy, but it's like I would very much like to visit there.
I think that'd be kind of cool to go. I think I'd like to go.
Yeah. Should we go to the doll island?
And the pig island.
Ah, the pigs in the
go to the doll island and the pig island.
And my cow island.
And your cow island that you're making.
I bought all my cows off Tudder.
Oh man.
It's Tinder with an udder.
Cow island, the pig island, and the doll island. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's our vacation.
We can do that. I'm down. And then TwitchCon.
I was going to say, let's talk about TwitchCon.
TwitchCon.
So we have TwitchCon EU, which we are booked. And
yes, we're going.
So if you're coming to Berlin, it's April.
You're coming to Berlin.
Well, I don't know the date.
13th and 14th.
13th. I keep thinking the 12th. 12th is when we arrive, is it?
12th. No, we're there before that. Because we're there for 5 days, right?
I think we arrive on the 12th, 13th, 14th. And then we've got the Monday.
Yes, we have to stay on the Monday and Tuesday. Okay, alright.
So I thought it would be better to arrive and then have a day to chill after the
fist bump me. Good thinking, Batman.
The partying.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
And then fly home.
Right. We can go have a nice day out in Berlin. It's gonna be really nice. Yeah.
So yeah, we're in Berlin in April. We will try and stream from there. Hopefully we'll have podcasts ready and they won't clash and things. So everything should be out on time.
We'll make sure it's smooth.
TwitchCon North America. We haven't booked yet.
Aye.
I'm gonna book it.
Yeah.
I believe. So I want to go. I'm saving.
Okay, do it. I'm gonna get my new studio next month, and then it might still be a possibility for me. Fingers crossed.
I went last year. I don't want to miss out. I want to go and hang with my team and people and stuff. And
I just want to go because it's gonna be TwitchCon in San Diego is going to be, I've been to San Diego Comic-Con before, which is spectacular. And
So
I know
imagine
there's
that
going to be
with a bunch of
exactly
costumes.
that. Exactly, there's going to be loads. I love it. I love all the cosplayers. I love all the effort people make. I don't really cosplay myself. I have done, but it's a lot of effort.
TwitchCon, they kept putting me through the cosplay entrance, even though I was in my normal clothes.
Oh, we should cosplay each other. How would that work?
I'm not sure how to do
No,
that.
but it's like we just go in our regular clothes then. Okay. And if they kept putting you through anyway.
It was really funny.
That's so funny. Tell me.
I'd go up to the partner one, they'd be like, cosplay's down there. And I thought they were just like sharing the queues out a bit better. But it happened a few times and there was no queues, any of them, right? So they sent me down to the cosplay one and I said to the guy, why do I keep getting sent to the cosplay one? And he was like, you're in cosplay, right? I was like, this is my clothes. This is my hair.
Oh, Ruby, you're so wacky.
This is my face.
This is me. I've been asked in the past by like old people. I don't want to put a judgment on that, but it was an elderly woman.
What are you dressed up as today?
Yeah. What did you come as today? But that is so funny. I've got an amazing image in my mind of like a Tracer, a Widowmaker, like maybe like a Mario, and a, I don't know who else, like fucking all 5 Power Rangers.
All 5.
And then Ruby.
Just in my normal.
And then Ruby right at the end just stood there like,
Why am I in the cosplay?
Why am I in the cosplay queue?
I literally asked on the last day. I was like, why do I keep getting put through the cosplay?
That's so funny.
And they thought I was in cosplay, the guys that worked
Cheeky
there.
bastards.
I was like, yeah, I couldn't tell if it was like a long running joke to send me there every day or to like.
I think they did it the first day and then they were just like, here comes that chick again. Let's put her in the cosplay.
Some days I had elf ears.
That's why. See, you didn't mention
but
that.
wear elf ears
I
anyway.
probably would. Yeah, you do a lot, but they don't know that. If I didn't know you and I was just a steward at the convention,
I feel like the rest of my clothing just.
If you had elf ears on,
but something like
you're
this.
quite elfy though.
Okay.
You could be an elf in her slacks right now. You know, you're just like elf slacking.
If you've never seen me, apparently I'm an elf.
There are worse things to be.
Full-time elf, accidental.
There are worse things to be. No, you're. You know. Okay, let's rephrase that. You're very elven-like.
It's my chin.
Your eyes as well. It's the shape of your face.
There was one day when I was on holiday once. I was in the Dominican Republic. I was about 15, 16. I was lying on a sunbed, and this guy. So you know, like a really big resort and like a really huge pool. This had like a huge pool. So this guy had to walk all the way around the pool to come over to me. He walked all the way around the pool, like really long.
Did he strut and look you in the eyes as he did it in his pants? I hope so.
No, I didn't really notice him.
I'd give that person some attention. I was just pulling my sunglasses down there.
This guy walks all the way over to me, and he's like, I was sitting like perched reading, and he's like, I'm an artist, and I can't help but look across and just see a little elf perched reading. And he was like, would you mind if I sketched you?
It's weird, but it's awesome.
Like 14, I can't remember.
Oh, how old was he?
Like 50s.
Whoa, that's not cool.
And yeah, I just was like, Mum,
that's
can
not
this
cool.
dude sketch me?
How are you gonna? I mean,
I think looking back, I remember the holiday and looking back at the pictures, I think I must have been 15.
still
14,
though.
15.
I mean, okay, a couple of red flags there. Absolutely wonderful. I think almost that somebody can, if you're in your adult years, then yeah. But at 15, if a guy in his 50s, late 40s, coming up to a 15-year-old girl asking if he can
I
sketch
was
her.
with my family, so it wasn't like completely,
Sir, if you are listening,
feel like
I am
if
not
you-
calling you any kind of
thing.
thing.
I think if you don't ask, there's always that feeling like you are
Yeah, did he sketch you?
a creep. I don't know what happened.
Did he have?
I think we
a
actually
sketch
made
pad?
friends with him and he was fine, and like,
Oh, yeah.
and he was like at the resort for the rest of the time and he was absolutely fine.
Okay.
And he probably did sketch me, but like I remember thinking at the time, like, why the fuck do you want to draw me? I'm like that weird looking child, like
Because
I looked like one of the boys
you're
from
weird
Hanson. I had my natural blonde shoulder length hair.
That's never gonna leave my brain.
good-looking, handsome boy.
Oh my god.
I have like shoulder-length hair.
I'm gonna get you a checkered shirt and some baggy jeans. I need to see this.
Me dressed as Hanson. I'll find some old school pictures.
Ruby, next time I pop on your stream, that's gonna be my... If anybody doesn't know, when you're streaming, sometimes I get really shy coming into the chat. I know that sounds weird, but I do. I don't know, it makes me feel nervous. I'm gonna come into your chat now to make myself feel better with Ruby and Bob. And I'm just gonna watch your face as you sit there.
We listen to Hanson on stream sometimes, not on ASMR streams, but yeah, we do listen to Hanson.
Oh yeah, you listen to some funny music sometimes.
Thanks.
I see. No, not in a bad way. Like, it's like I've been on your stream and you've been listening to Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, fucking
and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot this existed.
I was learning the dance.
Sat at my computer doing this, and I'm like, it's okay because nobody can see me.
You've got to have a laugh with yourself on stream sometimes.
Of course.
But yeah, I looked like I was from Hanson, and I was going through that awkward, like, teen thing of, like, I was a bit of a weird, I guess, I liked the Smashing Pumpkins and Placebo, and I liked, like...
Oh, you were on that end of the margin. I was on the, sort of, like, the more, like, hardcore thrashy metal end of the margin.
See, that didn't happen for, like, another year or so. So I was, like, listening to, like, that weird... I can't, like, Incubus.
The transition into the harder stuff.
Yeah,
it's a gateway drug.
still.
Incubus is a gateway drug.
Incubus is a gateway drug.
It's that Brandon Boyd man. When he takes off his top, all the girls go mad. I don't see it. I don't understand it.
I don't know. No, never got boy bands.
Like, no, the lead singer of Incubus.
Oh, the lead singer of Incubus.
Yeah, people are crazy for him.
That's the funny thing. Like, 90's guys are really hot, but, like, now I'm like, it's 2019.
Did you have a crush on him?
No, he was kind of good looking, but I wasn't so into, like, looking. Who did I fancy back then?
It bothered me that he took his top off all the time.
Who did I fancy? I wasn't really into anything like that back then. I didn't really idolise guys for being good looking.
I had, like, the worst crush. I'm not going to talk about it on stream. It's really embarrassing. We're not on stream. We're podcasting. What am I saying?
It's fine. I'll let it out. I won't. But, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, Razor. I'll let it out. I won't.
Yeah, no, I didn't have crushes on anyone, I don't think.
I did.
I can't... Guys, let us know if you were around in the 90s. Why is it so funny?
I mean, they're alive, so they probably were.
Guys, no matter what age you are, if you have a 90s guy crush, 90s, early 2000s, I think I like Brian Molko.
Brian Molko, yeah, a lot of people do.
I liked those, like, girly guys.
You look like a girly guy.
And, like, the guys that I went out with at the time all had, like, shoulder-lengthy...
I was never, I wasn't into that. That wasn't my thing.
There's a difference between shoulder-lengthy hair. There's shoulder-lengthy girly guy hair, and then there's shoulder-lengthy metal guy hair. Like,
metal hair, yeah.
Like, there's like the shoulder-lengthy girly guy's hair is always like a bit swooshy and down. The metal guy's hair is like centre parting and like
totally, yeah.
I have hair to headbang with, and this has no more function.
That's it. I just windmill this and headbang it.
One of the first gigs I went to was Slayer, and
nice. I've seen Slayer.
It was really quiet though. I felt like I was in a school. It was the weirdest gig ever. So I went to go see Pantera. But they didn't fly because there was a terrorist threat, and it was in Ireland, so I'd gone to Ireland just to see Tattoo the Planet, I think the name of the tour was. It was Slayer, Biohazard, and
old school,
Pantera. And Pantera didn't turn up because of this terrorist threat or something, and they couldn't fly.
It's probably because Phil Anselmo was just busy just being a noob at the back.
So we literally just went and saw Biohazard and Slayer. So obviously a bunch of people just didn't turn up because they were just there for Pantera, right?
Yeah.
They were like the headliners. But I'd already got to Ireland when I found out. So I just went to see Biohazard and Slayer, and it was in this, like... It was a nice venue, but it's small. And it felt a bit schooly. And there was this circle of... I'd never forget it. Like, Slayer's, like, live there. And there's this circle, like... I'm just pointing in one direction. You can't see me.
Ruby's pointing.
The stage is at one end of the room.
To the left.
And there's a circle of guys, not even looking at the stage, all just windmilling their hair at each other.
I love those big empty headbangy, long
Yeah, they
haired
were like-
metal circles.
They were in a huge yeah, it was great to watch, but I'll never
You're
forget.
just stood there in your Hanson cosplay,
In my Hanson.
watching everybody. Ooh, bub.
No, I've obviously listened to Pantera by then.
You're going to see Pantera. Oh yeah, so forgot that. That's it. You're going to see Pantera. That's so funny. Yeah.
But if you guys have a 90s crush, let us know.
Please, yeah, I want to hear about your 90s crushes.
Yeah.
And once you've given me your embarrassing ones, I'll let you know what mine was.
What's his name? Oh my god. From...
Are you going to say, like, From the Crow or something?
No.
I don't know why I got...
'Cause
Ruby's doing this hand
I'm
movement
just
over her
doing
face,
this.
like... And I don't know if it was,
No,
like,
God,
power
fucking
80s.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
Is he the one for you?
90s Keanu. Actually, probably would still marry him now.
I had quite a little bit of a crush on Keanu Reeves. And when I found out that he gets, like, the train around New York, it kind of
He's
made me
so
have a little bit
sweet.
more of a crush on him, actually.
And there's this-
He's, like, sweet. He's had a very
life.
sad life as
Yeah.
well. It's a very, very difficult life. I think that's probably what makes him a bit more of a real person, because he's not that attached to Hollywood in that sense. He's quite... And he donated a lot of his pay from the first Matrix to
yeah.
make the movie, because they didn't have the funds and stuff. So
Yeah.
he was like, no, I'm pushing this project, which is quite cool. Which is
Keanu.
good. Keanu.
I think that's a good
Keanu.
place to end
Yeah.
today.
Probably.
On Keanu.
Probably. Keanu.
Thank you for listening. If you've made it this far, well done.
Well
Congratulations.
done. You win. There's a special prize. That was it.
No surprise.
Yeah.
Orgasms.
Orgasms. Go look downstairs at your front door. I left it outside your house.
There's an orgasm outside your door.
There's an
What do I
orgasm
look like? Oh god. We're changing subjects.
Let's finish. Let's be done here.
So, the next episode will be a tingle episode.
Pow
So,
pow pow. Tingles. Tingles.
out for
Tingles.
something.
Tingles. 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 Tingles.
And we'll see you soon.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for listening.
Follow us on all this stuff and things. I'm Ruby True.
I'm Razorredd.
And
This has been my ASMR whispers. Pew.
I didn't know what you were doing.
I was making heart explosions.
I'm just doing
You do
hands.
that. I'll do this.